when they've got a rider in front, they do not want anybody to chase her down.
Archibald brimming over with confidence and coming up to the line, ready to start the next sprint lap. There's the klaxon. Archibald with no challengers.
Well, she really is in good form here, just turning left. This will be a bit of a headwind, but it won't hamper number one in the race and number one on her back.
This is the peloton, very, very small indeed. Laura Trott, the double Olympic gold medalist and the winner of round one in Redditch, a non-starter tonight, and her teammate Eleanor Barker, and also a non-starter, Danny King of Wiggle Honda. But there are a lot of talented riders in this little group.
Well, this is going to be an interesting sprint next time round. It looks as if the maximum points are gone. Juniper did sprint to victory in the previous sprint. That's her just coming up in the right-hand side in the white and red top. But she'll be marked closely by Jessie Walker in the Sprints Leaders jersey.
So she gained another point over Walker in that first sprint. But just look here, unbridled passion she's attacking this course with, and that is Archibald. This is her favourite position, really. I think when she's in the peloton with riders around her, she feels inhibited. But once she's out in the front and she can tap out that rhythm, there's very few riders can match it.
She started with track racing. She's only really been on the road for the last couple of years, but a magnificent bike rider and plenty of potential in the future to come.
Couple of wins to her credit last year in the series as she crosses the line and picks up the 5 points. Now we're going to wait and see who scoops up the minor places behind, but one of those 2 wins last year came in Edinburgh, so she makes a habit of crossing the line first, particularly when the series comes north of the border. This is the group then taking the left-hander, and this is the approach to the line.
Yeah, still a very depleted peloton here. Not many riders chasing Archibald down. She's flying up the roads, almost half a lap up now. So Archibald just looking at the road in front of her and counting down the laps.
And at this kind of tempo, she's going to start to pick up the back markers very, very shortly. There's no urgency here in this group. They're just thinking about second place because they know they are not going to wind Archibald back in. Now then, beginning to gather themselves here for the charge to the line, and the 4 points available, right down to 1 for 5th position, and it's the rider from USN having a go here. This is Emily Nelson in 2nd position, looking as though she's going to try and come round. Emily Nelson, a former World Junior Team Pursuit champion. Oh, it was close on the line, wasn't it? We'll wait to confirm that, but it looked like Nelson just ahead of the Giordana Triton rider.
No real sprint there. She was a little surprised there. You can just see Juniper and Walker just sitting back in this peloton, possibly thinking, how can we try and bring back Katie Archibald?
Well, Nelson did just get ahead of Park, as you can see. 4th place, another Scot, Lydia Boylan, and 5th, Gabriella Shaw. So those are the 2 sprints tidied up for tonight, and I can confirm to you there's a tie, but Archibald is the winner here in stage 2 with 5 points, tying with Juniper.
So as we see the Scottish flag flying on the left-hand side with a Scottish girl in the lead, and we are in the Scottish round here in Motherwell. So 2 laps to go for this lap rider, but Archibald on her last lap.
Yep, up to the line, 1.2 kilometres to go for Archibald. She's sprouted wings here. There's nobody in sight. In fact, there are very few in the field that will avoid being lapped by her. And in fact, riders ahead, well, it acts as a spur as she accelerates to pick them up.
But it's back to the peloton and our teammates leading the way. Archibald well in front, and they're thinking of the 2nd and 3rd places. They want more riders in the peloton, but Archibald, just a small smile. She came through the start-finish area. She'll be happy with this performance here in Motherwell. And
I'm glad that the conditions are dry here, because that little cobbled section, had it have been wet, could have caused a lot of problems.
Well, bronze medal in Glasgow 2014 in the points race, and she feathers the brakes, just turning this left-hand corner, and she'll be thinking of what's she going to do when she comes up the finishing straight.
Well, she was 5th in Redditch in round 1, as we look at Katie Curtis on the front, and she is a very good sprinter as well, Curtis, so she'll no doubt be thinking about the charge for the line.
Does look as if Katie Curtis is near the front, probably trying to help one of our teammates, as we see many of the lap riders coming through the start and finish area.
Curtis is still on the front, but remember, they are a lap behind, because this is Archibald now coming towards the finish, so she can sit this out and wait for the arrival of the peloton. There we are, Curtis on the front. And look, here is Archibald, the arrival then of the Flying Scot, to take the victory salute and the win here in round 2 in Motherwell. Look at that, that's an emphatic victory.
I think she seems maybe slightly embarrassed here, but different waves to the crowds, and a very good performance by the Scot here in Motherwell.
Now we're just going to wait to see who can win the sprint for second position. She can take a nice place on the barriers and watch the arrival then of the bunch.
Well, the bunch are starting to manoeuvre themselves towards the front of this small peloton. They want the best possible chance to get second and third as Katie Archibald makes her way off the circuit. She's not even going to bother watching who's second and third.
She didn't even look out of breath, I must admit. Now then, Nikki Juniper was third in round 1 in Redditch, and she'll no doubt be hoping to try and clinch this bunch sprint. Eileen Rowe, the national champion, is another very good finisher as well, but it's Juniper at the front here, powering her way down the middle of the road and looking for the runner-up spot here. Juniper working hard all the way to the line, finishes second, and in third position, Eileen Rowe.
So another Scot in the peloton, Eileen Rowe there in her national kits. So a good performance by the Scots tonight in Motherwell.
So Scotland finishing in first and third positions. Katie Archibald, number 1 tonight. Nikki Juniper second and Eileen Rowe third. Scotland providing the bookends of the podium then, with Archibald's emphatic victory sealing top spot and Rowe in third, much to the delight of the home crowd.
So, were you expecting Katie to go as early as she did?
Nope. Or it would have been on her wheel. Nah, yeah, Katie went maybe I think 15 minutes to go, and me and Juniper tried to go with her maybe 5 bike lengths after she attacked, but you know, Katie, 5 bike lengths is way too late and we couldn't pull her back, so then it was sprinting for second place, yeah.
Archibald's win sees Pearl Azumi rise to second place in the overall team race, and they are now just 6 points behind championship leaders Team Giordana. Matrix Fitness have dropped to 4th spot, 1 behind Team WNT.
Do you think in order to win the overall you're going to have to win one at least?
I don't think so. I won the National Road Race Series last year, having only won 2 races, so I think if you're consistent and you show that throughout, then I think it's possible. Eileen Rowe, I'm not sure she won every round last year, so, and you know what, if I don't win it overall, then I've given it a damn good try, so we'll see what happens.
As plans go, Katie, it was fairly simple, wasn't it? Attack and then ride everyone off your wheel. Easy.
Yeah, well, it's a sort of common theme with our team. We sort of ping people off the front. We think, you know what, turn around and see if we can chase. So I don't know, I panicked when it stuck so early on and thought, I hope I'm not committed too heavy here, but you know, just got to keep pedaling, and it paid off.
Now, this time last year you were able to commit very extensively to this series, less so this year because the track is so much a focus of your work, isn't it?
Yep, so this is the last round I'm going to be able to do. Sort of, I guess, wake up every morning thinking about Rio, and that's the ultimate dream for me, and that's where all the focus of my training goes, so unfortunately I've got other commitments.
Well, you laid down a fantastic marker and put on a really good show, so congratulations to you, Katie. And after a break, we'll find out how the men get on exactly the same circuit. My bet is it won't be quite as impressive what she did. Welcome back to Motherwell. Not long now before the start of the men's race. They're all lined up and ready to go. NFTO Rally, Pedal Heaven in surprise 3rd place. One Pro Cycling and Madison Genesis, though, the 2 big favourites. Who's going to be in charge of the Tour Series by the end of today's race? Let's get over to the commentary team, Hugh Porter and Brian Smith.
Thanks very much indeed, Ned. Well, the riders here at the top of this finishing straight of Hamilton Road, just waiting for the flag to drop, and it'll be a ceremonial lap for them to familiarise themselves with the circuit. In the leaders' jerseys are Madison Genesis, and no doubt they will be put to the sword tonight by the rest of the squads. Team Wiggins we're looking at, and NFTO. But this is the first time we've been to Motherwell, so it's a new venue for all the riders. It's a new venue for us, Brian, and an interesting circuit as well.
It is just a fast circuit. Looking at the women's race, 1.2 kilometres. You take off from the start line and turn left into the high road. This is a bit of a headwind, then left into Farm Street where we are at this moment in time. Then left onto Ladywell Road, and you see the road just going slightly downhill. This next corner, left-hand corner, is probably the sharpest left-hander into Douglas Street, and then we head along Hamilton Road to the uphill finish.
And I must admit, it's good to see the roads dry. This is the first round where we haven't had rain. And there's Chris Lawless with the beard. Lawless rode very, very well in Aberystwyth.
So the series leaders, Madison Genesis, under a bit of pressure from One Pro Cycling. And I'm expecting to see some of the other teams starting to feature in this race.
There we are in the National Championship jersey of Australia, the Criterium champion, that's Steele Van Hoff. And right at the side of him in the green and black is Alex Payton of Pedal Heaven. And Pedal Heaven have certainly been the revelation of the series so far. They're starting today in full spot.
James Loosley-Williams just at the front here in the black of NFTO. As we said before, a lot of teams wanting to try and make their way up this leaderboard.
Well, as soon as that motorbike moves away, you can take it from me, there's going to be a lot of action. And I said it in commentary over the women's contest, that it is this long drag up to the line that I feel is going to be the focal point where breakaways can form.
So Tom Stewart for Madison Genesis at the front, followed by John Moulds and Payton of Pedal Heaven. Lawless up there for Team Wiggins.
Also, we've got riders from Rally GAC. They're coming up to the line for the klaxon, ready for sprint number 1. Now then, let me just bring you up to full speed on the standings in the Chain Reaction Cycles points jersey. The leader in that contest is Tom Stewart, and he's got a 7-point window of advantage over Morgan Knitsky, who did crash in Aberystwyth. Now then, Knitsky, the Frenchman, is going to be out to try and get points back.
So just on the right-hand side, you see Tom Stewart in the series leaders jersey, not wearing his points leaders jersey tonight here in Motherwell. Just moving up on the right-hand side, you can see Knitsky in the rally kit on red, yellow and a black jersey.
Good vantage point for locals on the corner there as they watch the competition sweeping by. And also near the front is Chris Lawless of Team Wiggins. There he is on the right, the former national junior champion and also a member of the Olympic Academy programme. And Lawless, as I said earlier, was really riding well in Aberystwyth until he took a tumble.
So Domagowski from Raleigh was leading the way for Knitsky, but it's Tom Stewart, the points leader, coming to the front as he head along Douglas Street.
Look at Stewart here, the Yorkshireman, out to try and get more points to increase his lead over his nearest challenger, Knitsky, the triple world track champion. And it's Stewart on the front, powering his way along here, but it is a long finishing straight and uphill, so you've got to time your effort to perfection. And still in the wheel and looking full of riding here is Lawless.
Tom Stewart has gone long for this sprint, maybe thinking that others are quicker than him in this sprint uphill, but Lawless in second place, looking to come around him.
Yeah, Lawless is just about to come up to the side and pass him. He does that. Lawless coming up to the line. He's going to pick up one of his mates for a lap as well. So Lawless gets the 5. Second is Knitsky, the Frenchman for Rally GAC, and Tom Stewart coming over the line third. So that means that the rally man has clawed 1 point back. There's the official confirmation. Lawless from Knitsky, Stewart in third, Mole fourth and Payton fifth.
So Tom Stewart keeps the pressure on. He realises that that was a hard effort for that sprint and wants to try and break the back of this peloton, but it's shut down by the riders from One Pro Cycling.
Yeah, One Pro Cycling see the danger of this little group having an advantage, and they're starting to close it down again. But it's that climb, the long uphill finish, that is going to be the focal point here of this contest. Well, riders getting a breather here now, and I don't blame them. Payton's still sitting in third wheel, the Pedal Heaven rider, former national cyclo cross champion for the junior category.
Well, Tom Stewart on the front for Madison Genesis in the series leaders jerseys. Has ridden really, really well in the Tour Series so far. I don't know where he finds the energy from, but he has been one of the riders of the series, and we're only into the fourth round. Mould
at the front, and I tell you what, Mould, due to that injection of pace, has forged a slight advantage. We've got 3 riders here. It's only slender, the advantage, but it is from these moves that, of course, the break can develop, and Mould's got teammates further back at the head of the peloton who are happy to slow it up, but they're not happy with it. Now on the right, this is Mike Northey. Northey coming to the front, the Kiwi beginning to apply the pressure.
So Madison Genesis attacking this race from the front, and Northey taking with him Chris Opie.